Yeah! Fighters from every country, welcome on board this Trick Track TV show. I am Monsieur Guillaume, I am a French player, so I will try to do my best with my English speaking to talk about this game. It's Clash of Rage. It's a skirmish game, it's army versus army games, and it's from two different publishers, and I'm lucky because these publishers are around me. Welcome, Monsieur Benjamin from La Boîte de Jeux.
Hi.
And how do you do, Monsieur Igor from Ori Games?
Very well, hi.
Okay, you are not alone, of course. And we have got a new challenger with Monsieur Mathieu.
Nice to meet you, Guillaume.
Nice to meet you too, it's an honor. So, Clash of Rage, this new game, it's for 2 to 4 players. Monsieur Germain, please. Okay, thank you very much. It's a game from Frédéric Guérard, illustrated by Jib, and then it's for 14 years. Yes, 14 years, maybe less, if your kids are very happy to fight against you. And it's from 60 minutes to 90 minutes of clash and rage. So, Monsieur Benjamin, let's talk about these miniatures. It's come from all the clan of the game, that's it?
Yeah, so first, this is still a prototype, of course. The game is not released yet, so some size are not right just now. And as you said, we have those minis. They are not the final minis, they are high definition 3D prints.
Okay.
It's
not the minis from the box.
Yeah, but they will be very much alike. They will be with their own colors.
Okay.
And very slightly less detailed, but we hope it will be very close to this.
Because of the production facts.
Yeah, those are the masters.
Okay.
There is a loss of a few percent from the masters to the figurines.
And we can talk about them because they come with 4 different clans in the game, and each clan got his own minis. That's it?
Yes, exactly. So the story, in fact, there is this land, the Emerald Land, that has been ruled by the elves for much too long now.
Too long.
Yeah, they are weakening though, so now it's the time to strike and try to overthrow them.
I will try to do it.
Yeah, but I will try to, and believe me, I won't let you do it so easily.
Okay.
So everyone will try, and we will play different tribes, different armies with their own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
It's a very modular game because maybe if you can see it, this is your personal board for your army.
This is borrowed tribes.
Yeah, all the armies have 3 different types of units.
And it's not token, in fact, this is this one, of course.
Yeah, for the prototype we have tokens, and of course for the final product it will be minis.
Okay.
And lots of them. Each unit can have their pieces of equipment. They can bear weapons or shields and also armors. So it's really modular, and you can shift your strategies by relocating them, making strong armies and quick army, fast armies, or
whatever you
more
want.
in the defense, etc.
Okay.
So we have those armies, but what are we looking for? We're trying to reach the power. There are 2 modes for this game. We will must talk about the skirmish version, the basic version, but there is a campaign mode with different scenarios, and so different rules, different goals to achieve to win the game.
And there is a way to link this scenario between us?
Exactly. A full campaign will be played with 6 different scenarios, and we'll carry over titles that we won previously and part of our equipment, so we can carry on like this. It's not the legacy game, but you can do a full campaign with various goals and keep your equipment.
So each scenario will have an influence on the next one.
On the next one. And
it's randomly
numbered scenario. That means it's from the first one to the 6th one, or you can play it differently. I can begin by the 4th one or something like that.
It's drawn randomly. You have 6 scenarios drawn randomly, and then you will play
in this order.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, so it could be
a lot of
different
replayability.
Okay, that's it.
Today we'll most talk about the basic rules.
Okay, let's go.
To win the game, you have to win 4 victory points, and 1 victory point can be either 2 things. It can be controlling 1 elven city, So for every Elven city you control, you have 1 victory point.
So of course you already say that, but this is prototype tiles.
Yeah,
they
will
are
be
bigger,
larger.
And there is 1 for each players at the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
That's
we're
it.
4 players, so there are 4 tiles like those. And if there's only a duel, 2 players, we remove 2 of them, etc. So the victory points can be controlling Elven City, and it can also be forging legendary equipment. Okay, we have those pieces of equipments. They are worth 1 victory point each. In addition to their bonuses that they can grant you for the game.
And this is a big bonus. They're great. Okay.
So how does it work? First, we will have cards in our hands. We choose one of them. Everyone chooses one secretly, and we reveal them simultaneously.
Okay, I've got 3.
Okay. On those cards are several informations. First, the initiative. The lower, the better. Okay, so if you have a low number, you will play first. Also, you have the units that you will add to the battlefield, so number and types. And at last, the gold coins you get this turn.
And it's for free, of course. That means, by the way, all for units or gold, I just have it.
Yes, you take them from the reserve, and it's yours.
Okay.
So this defines the turn order, and then in the turn order, we will play 2 actions, 1 at a time. So one action at a time twice. And 1 action can be 2 things. It can be going to the market to gear up, to equip your units, and to enroll heroes to have special abilities.
Okay, so this is the market. This 6 different equipment and 4 different heroes. That means it's 1 hero per player, or it's 4 heroes, however the number of players there is.
For now, there are only 4 heroes. If we play less, there will be less heroes. Okay. And you can buy one. You can change your mind later and take another one to switch, but you lose your resources, and it's not a really wise choice.
That means 1 hero per armies, and a lot of equipment, and there is a cost in each of them. Okay.
Each piece of equipment grants you bonuses, we will see later, and they have their own costs. When I go to the market, I can buy as many pieces of equipment that I want, as long as I have enough money. I can also enroll heroes in addition to buying equipments. And at last, I can also rearrange all my equipment to my units.
Okay, it's something like,
armors are below.
That's good.
Yeah, and weapons are
okay. Oh yes, of course, there is icons. Oh, my bad, sorry. And then I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, I can relocate them.
I do a market phase, that's it, market action. Okay.
If I'm not really happy with one, I can even remove it temporarily and put it aside and maybe take it again later.
Okay.
So this is the market action. So I can choose going to the market, or I can choose to move my troops on the battlefield, and maybe if I get in contact with enemies, fight.
Okay.
So as we said at the beginning, we have our reinforcements. So for example, here again, 2 of those, 1 of these and 1 of these. First, we put them on our stronghold here. But
everybody got 1 at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we get to place it, but we already did that
before the video.
Yeah, and for further turns, we can put place our reinforced units on every territory under our control. So let's say if I was like this, and I have to put new units, I can choose to put it already here.
Okay.
So as we said, either going to the market or move our units. Every unit have different movement points. Okay, they can't go as far as they want. You've got to move them independently. Okay, you can split your armies. Everyone can go to different directions, or you can stick together.
And I'm sorry, Benjamin. In one action, even if I have another army somewhere, for example, something like this, with one action, one movement action, I can move this army, split them, and move this one, split them, whatever I want.
Yes, you can merge it, you can make them go to different direction, you can split them. Every token, every miniature will be independent. In fact. So, but it's best to stick together.
It's a fight game,
Yes. For example, here you can move 3 tiles away, 4 and 3. For example, here, let's say you want to move to the center of the map. So everyone can move at least 3 tiles away. So let's say you want to go 1, 2, 3. Here you can't because there are enemies. There's a special rule. You can overrun them if you place at least as many units as there are enemies. So here,
of my choice.
Yes, there are 4 units here, so you can move
and left behind me 4 units. And continue my movement, for example, like that. 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. Or you can choose to stay where you are
and fight. And maybe fight.
Yes.
And fight.
You can notice the mountains on the map, and of course you cannot cross against the mountains. That's why he did the other way around.
May I have a look? There is reverse tile?
I'm not sure on this prototype, so
I don't do that.
Probably. But the boards are different.
That's it.
In the final version, there will be 1 extra tile to shift a little the board. All right, so at the end of your movement, if you have units with enemy units on the same tile, there will be a fight. So how does it work? First, we look at the armies per se, and we look which different units you have. So here you have all of your 3 different units. It means that you will use all of your bonuses. If you were lacking 1 or 2 units, you will only use the specific bonuses.
Of the units.
Yes, and we do the same for the elves, which are the neutral player. So here they have only those 2 units. So
Ideal and Templar.
Only take into account those bonuses.
That's it.
The first symbols we look for are hourglasses. To define which is the fastest.
So I've got 3 of them. There is no hourglass.
Yes.
Got 1.
And they've got 1, so they're really slow. It means that you will strike first.
This is like initiative.
Yes. Yes. It's
for the fight.
Exactly.
So that's different from this one.
So you will strike first. You will choose your strongest unit with this sword symbol.
Of course.
Here you've got 6. It means that you get to roll 6 dice.
Here come the dice. There is 4 different phase. No, it's not. It's the same phase. 4 skull. That means a hit.
Yes.
And 2 miss.
Exactly.
So I've got to roll this dice.
Not very lucky.
And I have no. May I cheat?
Reroll?
No, there is no reroll.
Here, for now, you only have those 3 hits. To this, we will look for extra skulls. Here, you've got 1 extra skull, and here you've got a 2nd extra skull.
That's not that bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 5 hits. If you had something like
this one.
Yes, exactly. You can show it.
Let's show and let's assume I've got an extra equipment. It's not for free. It's a shaman's coat, and it gives me a reroll.
Exactly. You can reroll as many dice as you want.
So
it's best to reroll those.
What a pity! What's a shit? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6 hits. To those, we will remove. We will subtract as many shields they are in the enemy army. So here there's only 1. So it's 5 damages.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You choose to allocate those damages to kill the units that you want.
I choose.
Yes.
And this is for 3 life point each.
Yes, for the elves it's like this, but you may have seen that armies has different life points.
1, 2, 3 for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means I can
Only
kill 2 units.
Only one.
Oh
because
yes,
it's
you're right.
6.
And
And
6.
they don't carry wounds over. It means you have to kill 1 unit in 1 time.
Okay.
Or else it will heal for the next action.
So I will do that. I remove one hydine.
Exactly, and it turns into a crystal, which is a
Elf
very
turn into crystal.
Yeah,
That's strange.
precious currency that we will talk about later.
Okay.
So you strike, and now the enemy will strike back. So we do the same in reverse. We look for the strongest unit in the battle. They throw dice. They add automatic rolls, automatic hits. They can re-roll if they have the right symbol.
I subtract my own shield.
Exactly.
And it's 1, not per unit. It's 1 per types.
Yes.
Unit. Okay.
It's the same if you have 1, let's say, 1 Crag Rider or 5 Crag Riders. It will always be those symbols only 1 time.
Okay, I understand.
All right. So you do this back and forth until 1 army is completely gone, or until someone chooses to retreat.
Before throwing the dice.
Yes, instead of throwing the dice, you can say, this is too big for me. I've got to see my mom right now. I'm feeling lonely.
Let's go back to the stronghold.
Yes, so you can choose to take all of your units and to put them back in your stronghold.
It's highly strategic. Knowing how to
It's not a
retreat,
pity
when
way
to retreat,
of retreating.
it's very important.
If you know you're going to lose them anyway, it's best to save them for next turns.
Okay.
One extra information about the neutral players, the elves, they are played by the player on your right. And if you lose unit through the fight with the elf, it will be the player on your right that will choose which units you will
choose and so on.
Exactly.
Okay. The most damages.
Okay. It's not an automatic player.
No.
Okay.
Let's say when someone, even the elves, they roll the dice, but they're not strong enough to kill 1 enemy unit.
Okay.
They really don't like that. No one like to strike but doing no damage.
For nothing.
So the rage will grow. You will add this rage token, and this means it's an automatical hit for next turns. And you can add them up. As long as you are not killing anyone, you get more and more enraged. And it means that you will get more and more powerful.
Okay.
But you will lose them at the end of the fight. Okay, you will cool down a little.
Because of the retreat, or because you win, or because you lose.
So you have the next rate up to the end of the fight.
Okay, that's it.
It's not just for the next dice throwing, it's up to the end of this fight.
All right.
It's the Clash of
So
Rage.
we've seen actions. It can be going to the market, it can be moving and maybe fighting. But what are we fighting for? You may ask.
For victory point.
Yeah.
What are you fighting for?
Okay, different things. First thing is, every time you kill an elf, as we've seen previously, it turns into a crystal, which is a special currency, very precious. And if you have units on the territory, you control this territory. Those territories can be elven cities, like those. Elven cities grants you 1 victory point. So the more you have, the closer you are to the victory.
Okay.
And also controlling an elven city will give you extra crystals at the beginning of every turn.
Okay.
So keep them as long as you can to get more and more crystals. You can also control forges like those.
Okay. Red one.
Yes, and if you control at least one of them, when you choose to go to the market, you can forge legendary equipment.
That's it.
So you will draw 1 card plus 1 card per forges under your control. So if you have only 1, it's 1 plus 1, you draw 2 cards.
Okay.
If you have 2 forges, you draw 3 cards.
It's secretly.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can boast yourself and say, "Hey, I'm gonna win."
It's an heroic armor or an astral shield. What is the cost?
And the cost decreases with the number of forges you have.
Okay.
So if you have only 1 forge, it will cost you 6 crystal. That's what crystals are for.
Okay.
If you have 2 or more forges, it's only 4 crystals.
Okay.
But you need to control the forge in order to forge legendary equipment.
At least 1. And you can only forge 1 legendary equipment max per action.
per action.
And since you have 2 actions in your turn, it makes 2
could be 2
in a turn.
And it's a victory point too.
Exactly, it grants you a victory point, so you can mix them. You can have 1 advanced city and 3 legendary equipment, or you can have just 4 advanced cities to win the game.
Okay.
That's it. We've seen almost everything. So we will play 1 action, one after the other, and before the second action of the turn, there are those reinforcement stones that were there are here.
In 3 different color and shape.
Exactly. If you control one, at the beginning of your second action, it will make 1 extra unit spawn. So this is the small one. You can add a small unit like this, or like.
And that's why we got a different shape for the bases on the mini.
Yeah, the tokens are not accurate. It's the basis for the miniature. So this is the smallest unit. It's a square shape like this.
Okay.
This one is the octagonal shape like
the biggest
big
one.
Okay, like this, for example.
Okay, for example.
All right, so this is at the beginning of the second action, and then we all play a second action. So it can be either going to the market or moving. You can do the same action twice if you choose. And at the end of your second action, if you have 4 points, 4 victory points, you win immediately.
It's not at the end of the turn.
No,
it's at the end of the action.
That's why initiative is this important.
Okay.
Because if you're close to the victory, you can choose to grab it fast.
Okay. With a small one. It's come from I see a 1. It's from 1 to
100. Okay, and there are no 2 cards alike. Okay. Every number are different.
Okay, there is no tie. Never.
No, there can't be any tie.
I'm quite fast with my Borg tribe, no?
All right. If at the end of the second action no one wins, the elves will gear up. They will become more stronger. We will give them pieces of equipment for free. We'll draw 1 card for each type of unit, and we will allocate them.
It depends on the way we draw the cards.
Okay, it can be weapons or armor.
And it's for free at each turn.
Exactly. For next turns, if we draw equipment, so they add up, because these types had armors already. Neither. Okay, wrong example. Okay, next turn again.
Not that good.
They're pretty hard to beat right now, but let's see if you draw new equipments. So this is a bad example. This one, we will only keep the one with the cost, the highest cost.
Okay.
So this one 6, it's better than 6.
We keep the clever.
Yeah, and they can only go more and more strong.
Just one thing, just to be clear.
Yeah.
As Benjamin said, you play your first action, first round, second action, second round, then end of turn, new turn, reinforcement of the elf. Okay. It's not between each action. So otherwise, it will be a bit too strong.
It's enough.
But
yes, I think it's enough.
The longer you wait, the
stronger they are.
There will be.
There will be. Okay, so, of course. But they're sorry, elves. The 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 elves didn't have reinforcement.
No.
They are already in play at the beginning of the game, and this is the end for them.
Yes, there will be less and less units, but each unit will be more and more.
Okay.
All right, that's pretty much all of it. It's a game. It's best to attack. Okay, it's not a game where you can stay in your corner and say, maybe in 4 turns I will try to maybe do something. No, it's really best to attack right away, and don't be afraid to leave positions you have. You can't stay forever in the same place. Maybe you will need Elven City at the beginning to get crystals, but you will need 2 forges later, so don't be afraid to split your army and leave the city behind.
It's quite a fast-paced game, and of course, as you can see that at the beginning of each turn, you got free reinforcement. We got free coins. That means you got equipment. Then for the game, we don't have to think about something like a treasure to to keep for other turns. You can do that, however. I can keep my coins for another turn if
Yeah,
I want to
you
buy
can carry
more.
them over to go to the market once and buy lots of pieces
Okay.
of equipment.
Okay.
And as you said, it's straight to the point, okay? You don't waste your time thinking, I've got to do those mandatory things to make the game work. Here, you only think the best strategy and you've got all the resources really easily.
Just in order to win, your 4 victory points can come from fighting, can come from Helven cities, can come from heroic equipments. All that is in Clash of Rage box. That means you can play it from 2 players to 4 players. And it could be a different game. It's a game from Frederick Gerhardt, illustrated by Jim. La Boîte de Jeux and Ori Games are the 2 publishers on this box. And it's for 60 to 90 minutes of Clash. It comes in this box, and now if you want to try, and then, no, if I want to try to destroy them and the elves, maybe you can have a look on the next video. I will defeat them.